there is a possibility of another El Nino. Later in 2017, we could see another warm winter. What is El Nino? What is Spring Predictability Barrier? Do you think predictions of El Nino events, made in March and early April, are reliable? What causes El Nino? GS Paper 1, Important Geophysical Phenomena. What is the context about? The strongest ever El Nino events ended in 2016. There is a possibility of another later in 2017, though not of the same strength. El Niños have a cycle of about 3 to 5 years, and the event repeating itself so soon is unusual. The June to September monsoon season might escape the impact of the El Nino if, as expected, it develops after August, but its effects can be felt in other ways in the post-monsoon months in the country. The droughts of 2014 and 2015 were blamed on one of the longest and strongest El Nino events ever recorded, nicknamed Godzilla. What is El Nino? El Nino refers to an unusual warming of waters in the equatorial Pacific Ocean off the coast of Chile and Peru. It is known to impact weather events across the world, resulting in excessive rainfall in some areas, while causing dry spells in regions like India, Indonesia, and Australia. In India, an El Nino event is strongly linked to suppressed rainfall in the monsoon season. What is Spring Predictability Barrier? Typically, El Nino events peak during the northern hemisphere winter and then weaken or disappear during the spring or summer. While INSO is transitioning, the spring is a difficult time to predict whether the upcoming winter will be El Nino, La Nina, or neutral conditions. This has been called the Spring Predictability Barrier. Do you think predictions of El Nino events made in March and early April are reliable? The predictions of El Nino events made in March and early April are not very reliable due to what is known as the Spring Predictability Barrier. The El Nino phenomenon is in the process of transition during this time of the year. Besides, it is always tougher to predict a weak El Nino than a strong one. What causes El Nino? The following are the conditions in the equatorial Pacific Ocean prior to the occurrence of El Nino. The tropical Pacific has consistent westerly moving trade winds. The trade winds push warm water on the surface of the ocean from east to west, westerly. This causes the warm water to build up on the western side of the ocean near Asia. Meanwhile, on the eastern side of the ocean, near Central and South America, cold waters are pushed up towards the surface. Because of this, there is a difference in temperature across the equatorial Pacific, with warm water to the west and cold water to the east. The warm water in the west heats the air, making the warm air rise and leading to drastic weather, including rain and thunderstorms. The rising warm air causes a circulation between east and west in the Pacific, with the warm, moist air rising in the west, and cool, dry air descending in the east. All of these natural occurrences lead to a reinforcement of the easterly winds, and cause a self-perpetuating motion in the air in the Pacific. This self-perpetuating motion in the air in the Pacific continues until the slow changes in the ocean around the equator lead to a series of events known as El Nino.